let's see what is going on in the collective's love lives, because let's be for real, that's the thing that we're all wondering about the most. That's what I'm wondering about the most. So let's get into that. I turned my closet into my studio, by the way. And so, yeah, I also write stuff, thoughts that I have on my wall. And yeah, now we're gonna do tarot here sometimes. So let's get into it. Let's see. Wait, I don't know. I like shuffled these cards weirdly. I like messed them up. Okay, let's do that again. Okay. We have the World in reverse and the Two of Cups in reverse. Why are they in reverse? So the Knight of Wands like flipped, and then it like flipped again. It's like something's coming, but it's like hiding right now. I don't know why I'm really liking this angle, and like this just looks interesting. But okay, so yeah, we have the Knight of Wands flipped over because he thinks he's hiding, but we like feel him, right? I'm still wondering why the Two of Cups and the World card are reversed. Give me that clarity, Elohim. Okay, more reversals. Knight of Pentacles reversed. Okay, interesting. Okay, so we have the 7 of Wands upright, and the Knight of Wands upright, but this one's flipped upside down. Okay, so the energy that I'm reading here is that somebody doesn't feel like it's the right time. Somebody's having to like go through some battles. Like they're having to deal with a lot, and I feel like a lot of people want to impose their opinions onto their life. This could also be referring to you and your life. You know, there's just a lot of people imposing their opinions and telling you how you should be living it, and yeah, and you're like having to put up these boundaries. You're like, back off, let me do my thing, right? And also this is both of you guys, because you guys like mirror each other. So you guys go through similar things in like different ways and different extremes also. But you guys just have to deal with a lot of the same things. So for example, like if you have a controlling mother and with religious views, but you don't have the same views, and they're like trying to impose those views onto you, you know, they are probably experiencing the same thing, but on another scale, or viewing it from a different perspective. So for example, I guess on my side of things, I have to deal with that. I have had to deal with that. And the way that I handled it was just by being really upfront with my mom and telling her that I was not going to change and see things the way that she wants me to see them, and that for our relationship to work, she had to stop being my preacher and start being my mom. And obviously she didn't take that very well. Damn, I look really good in this lighting. But obviously she didn't take that very well. But after that, and after some more hard conversations where I had to be completely honest with her and put up my boundaries, it like solved that problem or that issue, and that like just happened recently for me. Because me and my mom got in an argument, and then she called me and like wanted to mend things and say that she, still loved me and was always going to be my mom, and I like helped her understand my point of view more, and I think we're in a good spot and we're going to get better. And the only reason why we're at that point is because I spoke up about what I believe, how I'm going to live my life, what I'm going to do, and the fact that I'm an adult and she has to just kind of trust me to learn from my own mistakes, take care of myself, and trust that God is leading me down the right path. And so anyways, that's my side of things, right? And so they could be experiencing the other side, which is where they just listen to their mom, and they don't necessarily, or they their boundaries is really just keeping a certain side of them to themselves and not letting anybody really get in. So they're just pushing everybody out, and everybody has things to say. Everybody's trying to get their attention. Everybody's, and it's overwhelming for them. And so they just kind of retreat, or they get into this high ground, right? They get to this level of what's the word? I guess mindset. I'm kind of viewing it as this spot in their head where they're not depressed and they're not succumbing to what people want them to do, but at the same time they're kind of numb and not really experiencing deep connections because they're pushing people away, and they're just convincing themselves that this is normal and this is what life is, and that this is the easier route when it's not. That felt like such a long explanation, and then I look at the clock and it was just barely 8 minutes. I genuinely felt like I was talking for 20 minutes. But that's interesting. I'm on one card, dude. Also, I don't think I showed you, but I smoked from my cart right before clicking this video. So that might explain why I am the way I am. But this is who I am. You get me? And for some reason it only comes out when I am high on something. Anyways, okay, so this is what you're having to struggle with and what they're having to struggle with, but you guys handle it in different ways, and therefore you guys are experiencing different realities and have to deal with different things. I will tell you, they have the shit end of the stick. You think that you have a bad... No, they're alone. You're not, or you don't feel that way. You're you've learned, mastered the art of being alone and utilizing that time, and also honoring the relationships and friendships that you do have with your family also, right? And they're just avoiding everything. They're probably, I mean, based on this picture, they're probably like really unhappy. And he looks angry, like he looks angry. He looks like he's angry all the time. And you don't have to deal with that. So, anyways, my point is that you don't have the shit end of the stick. They do. Rejection is protection. Always. Which is, it's so funny, right? Like I'm talking to you guys, but really I'm talking to myself because you guys are a reflection of me. And it's like I know. Like I know. I don't know if you understand what I mean. I know these things. That's why I'm able to repeat them to you, right? But like, am I actually living that lesson, if that makes sense? Like, you know, I'm still, even though I know this, or even though I have known this, I'm still seeking this, like, guy out, you know? I'm still, like, constantly wondering what if and what could be, right? And it's been a huge waste of fucking time. It's a huge waste of time. Oh my gosh. And, like, you know, it's fun. It's fun. Like, it can be. And I got what I needed out of it. I wrote some kick-ass songs because from that heartbreak, you know. But it's such an old story. And I feel like for them, it's like Groundhog Day. It's like every day is the same and having to deal with the same shit. The same story, the same people, same girls. And they know. They know what they need to do. And they're just avoiding you like they avoid everything else in their life. Damn, I look good. Dude, I look this fucking good. And the guy that I'm like crying over and singing songs over about, he's passing up on this face, this personality, this voice, this empress, this high priestess. They're getting the shit end of the stick, and you know it. You know it because they don't have you. And they know that they can't keep you. Even if they put more effort, they know that you deserve better, and they can't give you, or they can't be who you want them to be, or need them to be, or, like, it's not, you have no expectations, right? But these are the, I guess, expectations, or they've put you on this, like, pedestal, right? You're like the princess. You're the princess. And it's like nobody can measure up. Like, nobody, like, so, like, people should be lining up to take you away to their castles. And you know, they don't understand why people aren't, but they know they're not necessarily willing to do that. And so, yeah, so they don't do anything. Like, all of this, like, heartache, I guess, is all because they don't believe in themselves, they can't stand up for themselves, and because they avoid everything that actually matters to them. Yeah. Anyways, let me move on to a different card. We've been on the Seven of Wands, I think, this whole damn time. I was gonna say damn ass. This whole damn ass time. Okay, so the King of Pentacles. Also, by the way, this is something that's like when you flip this over, the Knight of Wands is like leaving these things behind. So we're talking about the things that I guess he's leaving behind and you're leaving behind. Okay, so the King of Pentacles. Oh, it's in reverse, by the way. King of Pentacles in reverse. Let me show you what it looks like when it's upright. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I was eating grapes the other day. So, keep in mind, he's insecure, right? Doesn't feel like he is enough or has enough. And I guess he wants to have this, like, he wants you to have this, like, perception of him. He wants you to put him on a pedestal. But he's, like, it's, like, because you see right through him. You see right through his bullshit, right? Like, he knows that you're gonna see right through everything that he uses, I guess, to make people believe that he has it together. So, like, for example, having a really nice car and having or making like this amount of money and I don't know. That's like all I'm thinking of right now. But like, you get what I mean, right? The way he dresses, right? And so, like, all those things, like, it makes other people think that he has it together because he had, you know, logically, practically, he does. But up here, he doesn't have it together. In here, he doesn't have it together. And so he just knows that you would see right through that. And he just doesn't want you to see him in that way. Like, he wants you to think he has it together, and he not even wants you to think, he wants to have it together. Like right now I'm staring at it and it's upright. He wants to have it together. This is who he wants to be, and this is who he wanted to be when he, I guess, came back into your life. But he's not there right now, and that's what makes him very, like, what has been making him very hesitant with himself and his desires. Oh my gosh, I'm uncomfy. Oh, okay. No, I really like that angle. So, yeah, so he wants to be able to whisk you away into his castle and, you know, take care of you, take care of the both of you, and you guys get to live happily ever after. But he can't do that for the both of you right now. And yeah, that's why he doesn't feel like it's the right time. But this came out and then it, like, hit itself, right? So, and it's the Knight of Wands. See? So, he's leaving this behind. He's leaving this insecurity, these, like, this wall, this boundary that he put up that hasn't allowed anybody in enough to have an effect on him. I feel like something happened in his past that really broke his heart, and he's been trying to defend himself from feeling that way again. And yeah, so he's just like, he's tired of being angry. He's tired of feeling like he's not good enough. And I guess he's like tired of not feeling like a king. Because the King of Pentacles, right? It's in reverse. I think right now he's at a point, right? He should be satisfied. He has the car, he has the job, he's making a certain amount of money. He has things going for him, and he looks fresh, but he doesn't feel satisfied. He doesn't feel happy, and he doesn't understand why. He could get any girl he wants if he really wanted to, but he's still not happy. Why? And I think he's just realizing that what he's missing is this union. Because the Two of Cups came out in reverse. He's So this is where the future gets murky. Because that's it's so easy to talk about what has happened, right? The past and the energy that he's currently in and that you're currently in. But now that we're seeing what he's moving into, the Knight of Wands, it's just a little more confusing. Or there's just a little bit more of a blockage. Or like I said, it's just a little bit murky. Because the future can change. The future is not set in stone. It completely depends on the person, on the decisions that they make, the lessons that they learn. I mean, again, like it's like this flipped over and then it hit again. So it's like he's constantly in that, where he's like ready to leave this behind and like come towards you, and then he goes back into hiding, and he keeps choosing that reality, right? Everything is about choices, and so every time that he hesitates, that's choosing the current reality that he is living. And again, like if this is you, like by all means switch it so that it applies to you. But yeah, so it's like either he comes in and mends what's already been broken, because, you know, this is in reverse. So there's no equal give and take, and the cups are spilt, and it came out with the World card in reverse. There was no healing. Things were left undone. Things were left, like things never took form. And he chose this reality. And so right now the decision is whether this person decides to leave this uncertainty behind and take charge, right, of his life, or he goes back into hiding and he keeps avoiding this connection, and instead he runs back to, I guess, his comfort zone, which is this mind space. This, behind this wall, this boundary, this what's it called when you're like on a computer? It's not fire space. Anyways, where it's like locked and you like you can't like get in. Anyways, it feels technological also. Anyways, so like he could choose to hide and like not confront this situation, and he's just gonna run back to not feeling good enough and being safe behind his walls. And the other way that this could go is, you know, mending what's already been broken, turn this upside up. You know, start giving equal give and take instead of one giving too much. It's just both unequal give and take. Yeah. Right. There. Just take that in for a second. And then the World card. So it's the end of the cycle. He could finally complete the cycle. He could finally end this cycle. But instead he just keeps pushing it back. He keeps avoiding it. He keeps like not riding the wave when it comes, and he never catches it, and then he has to wait for the next wave. And so it's just been a constant cycle of that on his end. On your end, it's just been a lot of lessons and a lot of crying and a lot of healing and a lot of creating and a lot of receiving in different ways, and you know. But on his end, it's just like I'm just hearing the word uncertainty. It's just never knowing if you're making the right decisions, you know, just constantly feeling lost. And again, he's feeling not good enough, and he's pushing people away that really matter to him. And it like all that ends when he finally confronts the one thing that he's been most afraid of, which is confronting you and ending this cycle. Whether it's to like, okay, like we'll go our separate ways, or it's to, okay, let's give this a shot, right? But either way, it's like, okay, you finally get everything that you wanted. You finally feel fulfilled. You finally healed. You finally learned the lessons. And you embark on this like new journey. You both are in like limbo because it all unfortunately kind of relies on, no, it's not all on him. Because like you're doing your part as the divine feminine. Like you've healed. You've reached like a certain amount of levels. You've passed a certain amount of levels in the video game. And they still they need to catch up to you, right? Like, for example, like, you guys have had to deal with some of the same shit, right? But because you've handled them differently, you pass the levels, and they're like, oh, fuck, like, I need to get there. I need to do what she did. I need to figure out how to talk to my parents. I need to figure out how to, dream. I need to figure out how to, anyways. And so they've been having like trouble catching up with you and stuff, right? But because like, oh fuck, I lost my train of thought. You've been doing the work. Oh, that's not completely all on them, because like you are a huge part of the reason why you guys will gain this level of like generational wealth. You guys are meant to be millionaires. Hold on, there's just this random card that was, oh, the 5 of Cups. Okay, we'll get into that right now. So you guys are meant to be millionaires. You guys are meant to be very well taken care of, and your family will be very well taken care of. And it's going to be because of both of you guys. But there is a certain reality that could be lived right now that is quite literally paradise if he were to just confront this and make his way to you. Like, lots of traveling and healing and new beginnings, new people, new lessons, new places, new creations, new everything. And, you know, you guys are just like missing keys to the like puzzle. Or missing pieces of the puzzle. There you go. And so, I don't know, this whole world could be opened up to you if he would just get the balls to talk to you. But, yeah, instead you guys are just both in limbo. And so, you're, like, either way, whether he does or he doesn't, like, you're gonna get to this reality, but it's either with him or without him. And you're kind of at this point of, I'm ready to do it without him. And because of that, it's like forcing him, like, fuck, like, I don't feel ready. I don't feel like this person. I can't take care of her. I can't take care of myself. Like, anyways, he can't present himself in the way that he would like to. He doesn't feel like it's time. He doesn't feel ready. But you're moving on. He senses that. He feels that. And, yeah, so it's like, should I stay or should I go? And you're on go mode. And he has to get on go mode too if he's ever gonna catch up to you. Because you're walking. Like, you're chilling. You're big chilling. You're not really in any rush. And so and you're not necessarily doing this consciously. This is a subconscious thing. Because subconsciously you're like, I'm taking my time so that you can catch up, right? But ultimately, it's like you're a stop and smell the roses type of person, right? You like to take in the moment, appreciate everything that you have, appreciate the moment, appreciate the people, appreciate life. And so you're walking, and you're walking barefoot, you're taking your time. He's on a horse, and he's trying to catch up to you. He's trying to get to your level. He's trying to scoop you up and take you to his castle, even though he doesn't have a castle yet, because you guys are meant to get a castle together, to build a castle together. Interesting. But yeah, so going to this 5 of Cups, this is the energy that he's in right now. 5, yeah. So he's like focused on everything he doesn't have, everything he's lost. He's in this like hermit mode. He's kind of keeping to himself. He is showing face. He is like, you know, showing face. Like, he's going out in public and, you know, talking to people and stuff. But his soul is sad, and he feels a lot right now. And that's another reason why he goes into hiding, because he doesn't feel like stable. So again, he can't present himself in the way that he wants to you. And so because he's like staying in this energy, he's like not moving, and he's just looking down. Thinking about people he's lost, and maybe because I'm like looking at the fact that, this fucking lighting. Okay, there's 2 red and then 1 green. So it's like, maybe there's 2 people he's lost, and there's also like a sickness, an illness he's like having to deal with. I don't know why. I don't think it's an STD. If it's in it, that's just like, for some reason, it like popped up in my mind. It was like an intrusive thought. But anyways, there might just be like some sort of illness he's having to deal with, or maybe addiction. And yeah, he's like avoiding the two things that are like left standing that can like give to him if he just needs to like pour water. Like he just needs to go to the fucking river and put those standing cups into the river, and he's gonna have water to drink. But instead he's just focusing on what spilled. The wine, I guess, and I don't know, the mystery potion thing. Maybe the poison. Oh, the poison. Interesting. Anyways, so he's just like, again, avoiding everything because it feels easier, feels better. But he doesn't see what's on the other side because he never sees what's on the other side because he's always too pussy to to do anything about it. And so he never finds out. He never fucks around and finds out. And so, yeah, he doesn't know how liberating it's gonna feel for the both of you. Alright, this video has been long enough. I kind of wish I made this a YouTube video, but like the other way. But anyways, I love you. You're awesome. Thank you for staying with me. I haven't done a tarot reading like this in a long time. This was fun. Thank you for being here, and I wish you well. Again, I love you. Bye.